What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the channel, Bike Tyson, and this is going to be a different little video, right? So, as we all know, when we out on twos, things happen, and this was a memorial ride for a guy that a lot of us knew. His name was Torch, as part of the Young Guns motorcycle crew. This was one of those sad moments, but yet it was, what's the word? Very uplifting, I guess you can say, because a lot of people who knew him and a lot of his family members really showed support. So this was a memorial ride that we did in honor of Torch. Again, I've known Torch not as long as others. I met him through his other friends through that I knew from Gun Runners and Young Guns and Street Soldiers. So I would say I've known him through affiliates, if that's fair. I actually got to ride with him. We did a Philly cheesesteak run. We did some local runs, and I know a lot of people who know him, and we kind of all run in the same circles in certain motorcycle events. We went out to a couple events that the Young Guns had hosted. So this motorcycle community, especially in the DMV, it's how can you say it? It's very family oriented in certain ways, because we all know, I guess at some point we all gonna run into each other at some point if you're really out on your motorcycle and going to different events, because we all seem to know about the same events that go on in the DMV area, and that's how we all kind of network with each other. That's how we communicate. We probably became best friends through some of these motorcycle events. But this was a memorial event, and as you can see, it was a good turnout. Shout out to his mom, his dad, all the cousins that came out, just shedding light on motorcycle safety, and just certain things that can happen when you're out on twos, that a lot of people who don't really show this side of the motorcycle world. But like I said, this is more of an uplifting video, because it was so much support for this man, and a lot of people that love this man. And shout out to his family, shout out to all his other motorcycle crew that been knowing him for years, maybe since maybe teenage years, through 20s, 30s, whatever. But I just wanted to show some support, because again, I know Torch through a lot of his friends that were in the motorcycle crews that I've rode with, I laughed with, just we ate together. So it was that type of party. So yeah, I just wanted to show my support. And we did basically, what would you what did he call it? I'm terrible at this. Is it what's the repass? Like a repass. There you go. I know I had it. So they actually got an honor, a sign right outside of, I guess you call it the accident spot of where it happened at. And in honor of his name, he has a highway named after him, I guess you could say. So shout out to Torch, the Young Guns, and all the affiliate motorcycle crews that known him and can actually call him a friend, or call him a brother, or call him whatever, anything that brings joy to your life, because he was around. I had my guys with me, my boy AJ with me, my OG Brett with me. So we knew what the task was, and like I said, it was all in good love. Again, we known a lot of these people. Shout out to Supreme, who was right there on the Harley. We've done rides together for years, so it's a tragic whenever you have a fallen rider to go down, and I think the bike community likes to show love to those fallen riders. And granted, listen, man, as long as I've been on motorcycles, I've seen some things, and I tell you, it's a scary sight. It definitely is. It makes you question certain things about being out on tubes, and it was a couple of times where I was like, I'm just not feeling it, and I just don't go out. I'd rather just keep the bike, garaged up, and I'm not feeling it today, and it happens. So shout out to everybody who put this together. We all met up at a big parking lot. His mom gave a very good speech, and just gave a lot of people insight of who he was as a person, and not just the rider that we knew. You could tell, like, he touched a lot of people's lives because of the turnout that came out, and for the most part, I was just honored to be there. Shout out to my boy Day Day right here on the Gixxer. Me and him rode together many times, and again, I know Torch through people like him. So again, anybody that I may have missed, that we all rode together and we rode with Torch, forgive me on that one. But this was definitely very inspiring, I guess you could say. You know how they say, don't mourn the death, but
Yeah. I'm with you.
what they say, don't mourn the death, but something about his enjoy the life that he lived, or something like that. I'm all messed up in the head with this one, because again, it was just one of those moments, man. But I'm glad that everybody came out. And listen, I wasn't gonna miss this. I had this on my calendar, so I knew I was going to it. So it's just one of those things. It's you just wanted to be there. So it's more so just you know showing your support, because people, like, when you show up to things like this, people remember who you are. Because again, I'm sure. Oh, I know what I had to say. Shout out to his mom again, because she was even at the DMV ride out. So that kind of shows, like, his mom and dad, they were all in on it, on this bike life. Like, they were at the DMV ride out. They had a whole booth set up, and just basically letting people know about motorcycle safety. They even got it to the point where the senator of Maryland came out, and they're trying to pass legislation about certain motorcycle laws. So that's huge. And like, I don't mean to say this, but you don't see too many black people doing that. I mean, so that right there in itself is amazing.
I had people in the line texting me, talking about how good you guys were, and getting us to our destination safely.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. That's not an easy job. These cars don't want to stop. I thought one of them hit Day Day. I was like, "What, did they hit him?" And he said, "No, they didn't hit him." And so I just want to say thank you, thank you for showing love, honor, and support and respect for Baby D today. Um, where's his cousin? Get in the middle of the circle. His aunt and uncle in the middle of the circle. And so what I kind of wanted to do, y'all passing out the candles quickly. If three of y'all, multiple people, get everybody a candle. What the thought is, first of all, this was hard for me because Baby D considered everybody's family, like everybody's family, right? And so, who do I put in the middle of the circle, right? So I had to go with the blood, right? And so I want the blood in the middle of the circle. I want the blood in the middle of the circle. And then we're gonna go from there.
Shout them out.
Whoever, say their name, all of them. Yep, you guys move. Amen. Julie, say something real quick, 30 seconds. Mary, Tracy, y'all come on. The blood. I said the blood. Whatever. Now the damn okay. So now, who used to ride? Who rode with Torch before?
We all did.
All of y'all, come on in. Get closer. Y'all come on in. Well, if it's everybody, it's everybody. It's everybody. And then, you know, my non-motorcycle people. Go, baby. Baby D! Church! So don't forget, the petition is coming out so that we can try to get 10,000 signatures. If you're not following us on Facebook, D Torch Foundation, please follow, invite your friends. We're trying to get 10,000 signatures.
So, at the conclusion of the speeches and the whole memorial, we was heading back home. It was definitely again one of those moments where not too many people talk about this part of the bike life. I'm sure if you've been riding long enough, you probably had people that you known that was either in an accident or it was fatal or anything of that nature. And usually, people don't want that posted. But in this case, like I said, this is more of a celebration of life more than a mourning of his death. And again, if you want someone's name to live on, then you have to honor that person as much as you can. And I'm sure his family and friends and everybody that was real close to him would do that. So I just felt the need to put this out here. You ain't gonna see too many of it. So this is just one of those things that you just definitely have to expect when you do this bike life thing, man. So again, shout out to Torch and his family, friends, his crew, and everybody that's affiliated with them in some sort of fashion, man. Because again, tomorrow's not promised. And listen, every day is a blessing, and I try to keep that in mind all the time. Like, I know when we out on Tuesday, we be doing some dumb shit and make a lot of bad decisions, but I always keep in my mind, like, I need to get home. I got people to take care of. I got to protect and provide for my household just like the next man do. So, I try not to get, too prideful or get my ego involved when, I'm out on doing this bike life thing, because again, the whole goal is to make it back home. And I think some people forget that at times, but that's another story. But yeah, man, so I hope y'all took something from this, and like, subscribe, comment, and his life live on. So shout out to Torch and his family, man.